Before we do that, we also have two releases to discuss, one of which we have mentioned before. Can you see the screen, Giles?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
can.
If you'd like, you may describe this still, sort of advertising still.
Yeah, this is an interior of a sort of trendily trashy apartment room. The bed thing with its built-in sort of shelf behind it obviously looks expensive, but it's in a busted sort of stucco background there, an interesting window structure. There's a little lamp in the left-hand corner providing an improbable amount of illumination. And what we see here is a long, lithe, reclined woman enjoying a cigarette and sort of nestled, snuggling with his head on her belly is a interesting looking fellow with tousled hair, something that looks like a uniform, certainly bright white slacks, and they both have a sort of European dismay look going on as they recline here in what should be ostensible comfort.
Well, languid, smoking Europeans. What in the world? Very good. Goes quite back to the Nouvelle Vague, huh?
Uh,
Um, so it also has the title on there.
it does. The title is an imperative sentence. Kill the jockey.
Yes. And this is one we discussed before. I believe you were on when we discussed it, weren't you, Giles?
Yeah, seems like a couple months ago now at
Oh,
least.
yes, we discussed it with Jason Trust.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. Um, and he didn't see the trailer, but you did.
Yeah.
And having watched the trailer again a second time, I think we can say the basic plot is it's about a jockey who has a drinking problem and perhaps a cocaine problem as well, and perhaps other drugs, um, who is also in somehow with the mob and does something to displease them, has an accident and kind of disappears and may need to go into hiding and into disguise. It's described as beautifully surreal. Watching the trailer again, I got something that I hadn't noticed the first time, which is although it's very European-y, I got a lot of Wes Anderson vibes from it. This
Yeah. A vague recollection of that myself. So yeah. Well, I've just rented it, so I'm looking
Wow,
forward to covering it.
that was fast. What cigarettes do you think she's smoking there?
Oh, geez. It doesn't look like anything I could find around here. Let's zooming in on my screen. So let's see.
Ah,
Silver packet. They might not even be a real brand.
ah.
And also, I think Europe has various packaging laws that.
I believe this is a Spanish movie. However, I'm not 100% sure that I remember. It might be South American, but I do believe it's Spanish. Um, you
We
don't
got.
happen to know, do you?
Oh, I'm doing a quick look here. Let's see. Original title El Jockey. Well, that's they obviously stayed up all night thinking of that version for the word. Country of origin. Let's see. Luis Ortega is the director, Argentinian
Yeah,
director.
yeah, okay. So it's not Spanish, it's Argentinian and set in the horse racing slash Argentina mafia worlds
Nice.
of Buenos Aires.
Oh, yes. Official submission of Argentina for the quote, Best International Feature Film category of the 97th Academy Awards in 2025. So,
That's good. Maybe it'll make it. If it's really weird, it probably won't, though.
yeah.
So before going to Toronto, let's discuss this other movie. We have a Blu-ray here that you may describe for our
Sure. This is done up like a book cover that has a font and framework style that a number of people will probably recognize from their youth. I certainly recognize this. There's the title just above, and the main image here is within a sort of orange ochre soft framework, and done up in not quite cartoonish, but definitely almost fairy tale color drawing thing. There's a church that's slightly askew in the background. There's a starscape. There's a twin engine spaceship that is legally dissimilar from the USS Enterprise. And that's flying over a casket that is not quite upright, maybe at a 50, 60 degree angle. And emerging from the opening lid is fire, and behind it is fire. And I guess it's leaning up against this rickety fence, this rickety post fence that evokes a countryside kind of feel along with the grass there. And we are advised at the bottom, if I'll read this text, determine your own destiny, as opposed to choosing something.
Hmm. Okay, well, yes. What, um, before I get, do you know anything about this project, Giles?
I know a little bit. I saw a precursor to it. It's from a filmmaker we've chatted with before, and it looks like it's his preferred combination of cinema as narrative and meta narrative, judging from the trailer at least.
Yes, it's very meta movie. So this is Wheel of Heaven from Joe Badon, who we will have on again to discuss this movie once it goes to streaming. We don't have the streaming date yet, but we decided he wouldn't come on until it was streaming. But here it is, available on Blu-ray if you want to just take the dive without going streaming, or you know this movie already. Here it is. It is based around a choose your own adventure style premise of those books, where you would we had them back in the 80s. I don't know how long they lasted, or if they're still around today, but you'll read a little chapter and it'll say, if you want to do A, go to page 22. If you want to do B, go to page 52, and so on. The description on the back of the Blu-ray reads, local mechanic Margaret Korn is thrown into a multi-layered world of riddles, revelry, and existential dread after finding a mystical book in a mysterious thrift store. If she wants to reclaim her life from her controlling present and traumatizing past, she will have to choose between a brand new, uncertain future or the repetitive pain of abuse and control. And it's at least the cut I saw was I think a final cut, but he might have made some changes after that. It was a very late cut if it wasn't the final cut, and it is organized in a series of chapters. And he did the first chapter, The Blood of the Dinosaurs, and released it separately as a short film, which Giles was able to see. And I will say that that prologue, it sort of stands alone, but at least one character comes back from that for the rest of the story. And it goes in all sorts of different directions. There's a large part set aboard as kind of a Star Trek parody, and then there's a lot of it that is just with a bunch of weirdos in weird Halloween costumes doing weird things. If you look at the trailer, you're going to see it's pretty wild and all over the place and out there. And also, it does have that heavy meta element, where the director and the lead actress here discuss her performance at at least a couple different points, probably quite a few points in the story. So that's that. Anything to add there, Giles?
Oh, just doing some quick research here. The Choose Your Own Adventure series was published between 1979 and 1998. 184 different volumes of it.
Wow.
250 million copies sold during its publishing years. So
So I
big.
assume people would still be familiar with those books. It wouldn't just be.
Certainly anyone as young as me.
Yeah, okay. I have no idea how old you are. I'd get 22.
exactly. That's why I'm
Somewhere
so
between
hip.
22 and 51.
Yeah,
Average.
that's about right there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Um, so that's Wheel of Heaven. Now